Hello, we have breaking news today. We're going to be talking about the $55 billion Small Business Relief Grant Fund that is in Congress right now. We're going to clear up some misinformation for you guys to let you know what is coming with regards to more stimulus relief. We also have big news regarding the EIDL, the COVID EIDL program administered by the SBA, as well as I have some really good news for those of you with student loans that are in default. Okay, so this is the broadcast you want to be tuned into. So come on in, entrepreneurs, small business owners, nonprofits. Tag someone, family. Tag someone. Share this because we need more businesses to be able to see this video. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Arati, and this is your stimulus news update for April the 21st of 2022. Okay, so I have a lot to get through, so I'm going to get right to it. But I do invite, again, welcome all of the new people that are joining us. Feel free to drop any questions you have regarding any of these programs in the comments. I'm happy to answer as many as I can on air, and then I follow up after the program. We have resources. So many of you all will ask about resources. So any of the information that I discuss during this broadcast, it is always in the video description. And then I come back and I also drop them in the comments. So you have access to the information. Okay, so let's start out with the biggest news. And it's all the news around social media, and people are contacting me about it and with misinformation about what people are telling them about this $55 billion bill that is in Congress right now. So the bill passed the House. So it's a past bipartisan bill, passed the House, and is now in the Senate. So it has to go to the Senate first, and then the Senate has to pass it, okay? And then it goes to the president's desk, in which at the time it reaches the president's desk, he signs it, then it becomes law. So right now it's in the Senate. We're still waiting to find out what, if anything, the Senate is going to do about this bill. Now, they have their own version, okay? So they actually, now this bill that was in the House, it is H.R. 3807. And then the Senate introduced a bill S-2675, which is the Continuing Emergency Support for Restaurants Act. Okay. And so they're different. Both are inclusive of restaurants. So again, if you know a restaurant owner, tag them in this video, tag their business in this video, because they definitely want to know what's happening regarding all of these bills, because they're at the top of the line. Many advocates continue to push for Congress to pass a bill to bring more relief to restaurants, which we have lost thousands over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic. So when we talk about the $55 billion fund, a big portion of that will go to restaurant, food industry, food truck type of businesses, bars, those type of businesses, to compensate them or to provide them with the grant funds that they should have received under the Restaurant Revitalization Fund program that was underfunded. So we had, I think, over 300,000 restaurant owners apply for the program, qualify for the program, but they didn't get it because almost as quickly as that grant program opened, it closed because they ran out of money that quickly. And the program was never properly funded. Okay, so many of my peers out there, I see some of you out there, you've been waiting, and many of them actually got approved and then had those approvals rescinded. Okay, so that has been very devastating. But the good news is that, again, remember, advocates continue to push to work on our behalf to get Congress to pass these laws. It has to be passed first. So I will continue to keep you updated. Now, out of that $55 billion, there is $13 billion that is allocated for other small businesses that are considered hard hit. Okay. Those include gyms, event venues, theaters, transportation contractors, and sports teams. Now, will more be included? Could it be less? Could it be more? Those things can change once it gets into the Senate, because the Senate may say, okay, we like it as it is, or they may say, you know what, we think this should look a little bit different. We may want to add something over here, add a business category over here, add some more to the amount, or maybe we don't think it should be 55 billion. Maybe we think it should be 48 billion, which is what they actually offered in their bill for the Restaurant Act. But again, the bill that the House passed is actually including even more businesses that were hard hit. Now, I know some of you all that are out there that are self-employed, or you're solopreneurs, or one man, one woman shows, right? You don't have employees, and you're asking about what other relief is out there for us. We continue to push, but this is what I would say. If you are not included in the category of small business for this next relief package, understand that this is not all of them, right? So again, we continue to push and advocate for additional stimulus relief that everyone knows that is needed. Is also really important for you to take action on your own behalf. You have to advocate for yourself and advocate for other business owners. That is how the many programs have changed. Many other programs have been added because of the small business community continues to use their power and their voice. And yes, it takes time, longer than most of us would want, but progress is being made. So when I say advocate for yourself, I mean you should be talking to your councilmen and women. You should be talking to your mayors. You should be talking to your state governor. You should be talking to your congressmen and women that represent your state. You should be flooding their phone lines. You should be emailing them and writing them, letting them know, hey, look, I'm a small business owner. I need relief. Right? What we need a relief package. Let them know your stories that you all share with me of, how you've been impacted. Those stories don't sit on deaf ears. They continue to push and push and push. Contact your associations. Every business industry category has a association or organization that advocates on their behalf. The restaurant industry has an association for restaurants. Accounting businesses have an association for accountants. Self-employed, you have an association for self-employed. Connect with these agencies, contact them, get involved, get connected, and let them know, hey, can you speak on our behalf? What can be done to make sure that we get additional relief? We can't just expect to just sit back and just things are just going to happen without us taking some type of proactive measures and action. It just does not work that way. Leverage your connections that you have, your connections to other community leaders and business leaders. Continue to push the message. So then those people that have a seat at the table can then be the voice for you and I at those tables, okay? And get more relief out here to us. So again, this is the $55 billion small business relief bill that passed the House. It is in the Senate. It is not PPP. It is not EIDL. PPP right now, it is not anticipated to come back. There is no word. Unfortunately, people are saying that it is. They're using the bill to try to, trick people or fraud people into thinking that there is a grant program and it's out right now. It is not out. It has not passed. It is not signed into law yet. It is not PPP, and EIDL is not being extended as of right now, at least not under this particular bill. So if anyone told you that, it is false. Okay? Can't listen to everything that people say out here. But there have been a number of bills introduced. Whether they get movement or not is a different thing. And some that were introduced in 2021 are I'm sure, still under discussion to see how they can get more money on the table. And this bill, they actually wanted it to include it in the larger funding bill. But that did not happen. They couldn't make it, but there was a push to make it happen. So guess what? It didn't get in that larger funding package, but did they give up? They did not. So you shouldn't either. right? They didn't give up. They said, okay, we didn't get it in there, but we're going to push another bill to get this passed. And they did it. So again, it's a process. But more relief is coming for those that I already stated, especially those that are in the food industries. I'm hopeful that they will pass it, but right now it's up to the Senate. They need a 60 Senate vote in order for it to pass. So I will continue to keep you all updated on that. Want to real quickly mention EIDL. I had mentioned before that it's coming to a close, right? So I mentioned that the SBA put out an email as stating to that fact. So they have not issued a formal press release, but it is coming to a close soon. And so probably by the end of this month, if not sooner. I told you maybe a few months back they were still had around $100 billion in the pot. That has dwindled all the way down to around $6 billion. So that's a lot. That tells you that there are so many applicants still in the pipeline. So although the program closed, okay, at the end of 2021, there are thousands of small business owners, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits that are in the pipeline waiting to get either their EIDL grant or their EIDL loan or the denials under appeal approved, or they're requesting a request for modification for a increase. And so someone just asked me today or yesterday about, is it too late? Okay, so they just got funds. Is it too late to submit a request? If the SBA has not officially told you it's too late, go ahead and shoot your shot. But what I'm going to tell you is chances are slim at this point. Because consider that all of these businesses that are already in the pipeline, there's only $6 billion left. And that sounds like a lot. But when you think about all the businesses and how much they're requesting, it gets eaten up really quickly. Now, what I will be looking for is to see if they do an extension, not reopening the program, but extending the budget to allow for those that are currently in the pipeline. They should have did that for PPP, but they didn't, and they may not. In that case, they will most likely begin issuing you letters just saying, thank you so much, you've been approved, but we are out of funding. So I hope that doesn't happen. Okay, but again, we don't know. But the bottom line is that I said it before, you have to be proactive and move quickly. You can't be hesitating and delaying on these types of things, because before they said that you had the opportunity to request an increase for 2 years down the road or until funding runs out. So which came sooner? The 2 years? No. Okay, so we're close to the middle of 2022 and they're about to close the program. It went that quickly. It's been a really popular program, for a lot of business owners. But for those that are maybe still stuck in the process, looking for EIDL, you've been waiting a long time, I want to let you know, like, there are other opportunities, there are other resources. This is not the only program. I know it's a great program, but I don't want you to hold up your business because you're not pursuing other opportunities. There's other loans, even from the SBA. The SBA has other types of loans like 7A loans and 504 loans and micro loans that are available that you may be able to pursue for your business. We help with loans. We provide loans. We help business owners get access to loan opportunities, lines of credit. Use these things as tools to move your business forward. Okay, so I know it's not a 30-year, loan and deferred and all of that. I know that, but you don't even have access to that because you've still been waiting for months and months, or if not a year, for some of you all. Some of you will never get it, like will never be approved, like especially if you don't meet the credit requirements, right? Because there are credit requirements for this program. If you're not able to meet that, you won't qualify for the program. Some of you all have been funded. You requested increases, but you've gotten your max. So once you get your match, then you need to look at what are other solutions that are out there that I can leverage. And then also you want to make sure that the monies, whatever monies you're getting, whether they're grants or loans, how are you using them to make more money for yourself, for your business, right? Are you using the funds properly? I mean, that's a big question, because you can do a lot with the little. You can make it stretch. I mean, depending on the industry, and really make your money work for you. That's what we need to be doing. So if you got a $10,000 grant, my question is to you: what is it doing for you? Just sitting in your account? I mean, have you put it to work? Have you invested in new tools or equipment that you need? A consultant or a coach, or new marketing strategies for your business? These things should be invested in things that are going to make you more money, that are going to get you more clients into your business. So I'm hopeful that you all are doing that. And if you haven't, I encourage you all to do that. But these are opportunities that are out there as well. Also, I would encourage you to check with your state. I know here in Ohio, there's one it came out, and I know it's for me. It is a loan, it's not a grant. So I'm like the grant, I become the grant expert and I go after grants. But I already know for what I'm planning is not going to be enough. So this program came at the right time. I'm just working, planning to take advantage of that loan program. So there are state run or and funded programs that may be available for you in your local area. Please look into that, because Ohio is not the only one. I've seen several states like this not only have loans, but grants, tax credits, and the like, in many states, several states that oftentimes continue to go overlooked. They're right there in your community and you don't even know it. So EIDL is great. It's about to close. Don't know if it's coming back. But we, at this point, seek out other opportunities, other options for you and your business. And if you get it, great. But I wouldn't keep waiting. I would be seeking out other alternatives. I mean, even when I was waiting on my EIDL grant that took over a year and a half, I always knew I would get it. I kept fighting for it, but I didn't just stay stuck and just stay and wait without pursuing other opportunities. I kept pursuing other opportunities and getting those so that I can move my business forward. So I encourage you all again to do the same thing. This is very important. So before I get to the PPP, I just want to talk about this program really quickly. Let me know in the comments if you have a student loan, okay? And if you are in student loan default, this is news for you. I've been like trying to get this information out to as many people as possible. So we know that the student loan moratorium is going to be coming to an end at the end of August 31st of 2022, unless they extend it. What you may not know is when they extended it, they put a provision in there for a fresh start program. Now, the great thing about this program is that they're already initiating the process before the moratorium ends, and it's automatic. What is this going to do? It's going to give you a fresh start on your defaults, meaning you're going to be taken out of default. That is going to help your credit. They're going to do it automatically. There's nothing you have to do. You don't need to send anything anywhere. You don't need to apply for anything. It's going to be automatic, and that is going to give you an opportunity to have a fresh start and sign up, get into one of these income-based programs, or to get your forgiveness, your public worker forgiveness, or whatever program you want to pursue. That's going to be able to help you do that. Now, this is going to impact 7.5 million student loan borrowers. You're going to be out of default. So what does default means? So we know when you're late on payments, once you're late at least 270 days, you go into default. And that's not anywhere you want to be. And some of you all, that's your only issue, is the fact that you are unable to pay your student loans. That's your only credit issue. So just imagine what this is going to do to give your credit a boost, and that's what you want, because so many struggle with credit issues and being locked out of opportunities because your credit is not at a level where you can get access to those additional opportunities. So again, student loan default refresh is already in the works. They're already planning it. And so the Department of Education said that it will implement the Fresh Start program during the extension. When student loan payments restart, these impacted student loan borrowers will be able to enter student loan repayment and the normal course. Isn't that amazing? So for all of y'all with the student loans, again, they're doing it progressively, right? So, and then student loan forgiveness and cancellation is not off the table. They have already, the administration has already forgiven billions of dollars in student loans. If you're one of those student loan borrowers, let us know in the comments. We want to definitely congratulate you. They've removed a lot of the red tape for some of these forgiveness programs that many of you all were stuck in. I mean, they've done that, making it easier, waiving a lot of the requirements that you had to meet. So if you meet any of the requirements of the forgiveness programs, I would highly recommend that you pursue those. I know many of my peers that have already begun to do that, but now is the time to be able to do that if you have a chance to get your student loan forgiven. So that is the student loan moratorium and Start Fresh program. So again, tag your people, share this with them. You know people with student loans, you know people in default. They probably talking to you about it all the time because it's very burdensome and stressful on people, even without COVID. So we need these student loans to be gone bye-bye. Okay. So I also want to talk about really quickly, again, some of the federal programs that are still available. Okay, so we know many of them have already closed. We're expecting one that may come on board, the $55 billion one, but don't forget the ones that are still there. Many of you all don't know about them. Okay, so the employee retention tax credit, can't say this enough. I've done several videos on this program. So if you or someone you know has a business, for profit or nonprofit, and they have W-2 employees, they had W-2 employees in 2020 or 2021, they may qualify for this program if they were impacted by COVID-19 government shutdown orders. Okay, so whether or not they had a revenue loss, they could have had a revenue loss, they could have had a partial or full shutdown, they could have had disruption due to supply chain issues, right? So they have an opportunity, you have an opportunity to get up to $26,000 per employee. And this is significant because so many of you all keep coming to me saying that where do I get relief? Where's some additional funding coming from? Where is it? And you don't know that this is available because no one is telling you. So this is kind of like the secret, right? This is the program, another program under the CARES Act that was launched at the same time as PPP and EIDL. Okay, is just not as well known and it's very complex to get. That's probably why many of you all, even though you work, with accountants and payroll specialists and bookkeepers, they have not maybe told you about it, or maybe they told you didn't qualify, or only because you didn't have a revenue loss, when that is not the only way that you can qualify. Or maybe they told you back when you couldn't qualify because you got PPP. Well, the rules changed and you can get this credit and PPP every day. Every day, I'm helping business owners get approved for this payroll credit. It is not an income tax credit. This is a payroll tax credit, refundable tax credit that is due back to you. It's like the IRS. The IRS, the Treasury Department, is the one that oversees this program, right? So our partners work very closely with the IRS to ensure you get the maximum credit. Everything is in compliance. And this is what is due back to you. They owe you this money, but you have to be able to claim it. That's the thing. And so we're doing the heavy lifting for you because of its complexities. Many of you are like, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what I don't know. Right? Or people just not haven't told you. So I'm here to support you through the process. Again, I've done step-by-step videos on the program, but please, I'm encouraging you to please share this information with business owners. You know, there are so many still struggling right now, right? So all types of businesses, it really does not matter if they have 500 employees or less and they were impacted in one of the three ways by the COVID-19, they most likely will qualify. I can't tell them if they do or not, but what I can say is that take the survey. It's in the show notes. Take 5 to 10 minutes to see if you qualify for it. Even if someone you work with or close to you told you that you didn't qualify because they probably have not kept up with all of the rules and regulations, which I'm sure they may have missed some things, right? They may not, because people are busy, they have clients, it's tax season, they have things going on. But I would encourage you to take a second look, go through the survey. Even accountants and payroll people, take a second look, walk them through the survey to see if they qualify for this credit. And just to give an example, some of the ones that I mentioned for the bill that's right now in the Senate, those hard hit gyms and restaurants and event centers that employ people, right? Those medical offices and dental offices that have partial or full shutdowns, right? Those that had supply chain issues, trucking companies. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Daycares. I've helped so many daycares, so many home health agencies. So if you're a home health agency, you have a nursing home, message us, send me an email. I'm happy to help you. See if you qualify and to get your credit. That is going to be a huge financial lifeline for your business. You can email me at hello@shebosstalk.com and I will make sure that you are taken care of. Because you do not want to leave money on the table and forfeit the monies that are owed to you. These monies are owed to you and you don't know it. I can tell you that 100% of every business that I help, they did not even know about this program before they came across my videos at all. No one told them that this was even an option. So imagine their surprise to find out that they qualified for $10,000 or $25,000 or $50,000 or $250,000, just depending on your business, because this is huge. You're talking about the average credit is $262,000, right? And so that's for a business that has 10 employees. That's huge. Imagine what that can do for a business. It can change everything for that business. So that's why we appreciate so much you all sharing our videos and our information that we share here, because we can't do it enough. As large as our audience is, we can't reach everybody. So where you are in your local community, in your city, right, in your county, in your state, talk to people. If you know a chamber, if you're a chamber, a leader or chamber organization or community development organization, let's partner together to help businesses get access to this credit. Reach out to me. I would love to talk to you, work with you, present to your constituents on how to get this credit. Okay, they're going to be thanking you for years to come because you cared enough to share this information with them and possibly save their business. Okay, so I know a lot of businesses doing great, and I still know a whole lot that aren't doing so great, and they're still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. How are we going to survive, right? With inflation up, food costs up, supply chain issues still happening. I mean, gas prices sky high. All of these factors impact the business and their bottom line. So again, this opportunity is still available for them. And I'm looking so forward every single day to every day that I get a new one that says that a new business is approved, how much they're approved for, and that they get to have their claim filed. Now, you have to have delayed gratification because this will be a Christmas bonus for you. So anticipate is taking the IRS. We already know their backlog, so it's taking about 8 months or so for you to actually get your funds. But that's something you have to look forward to at the end of the year that you didn't even know you were entitled to or could possibly get. Okay. Likewise, there is the child care provider stabilization grant. So get these grants, child care providers, home care, and brick and mortar. That these programs are out there. They're at your state level. Child and Family Services Department is where you want to go to get access to these funds. And I believe each of the ones, the states are a little bit different, but I believe each state, but you get like 2 grants. Like there's like a one-time grant, and then there's another grant. But definitely check with your state on that. But don't miss out on those opportunities. I know a lot of states are still have their programs or extended it, added additional funding to these programs, but they know that child care services has been hard hit as well. And so that is a program designated to them. It's not administered by the SBA at all. It is under DHS and Child and Family Services. So go and get access to those opportunities. I want to mention Ppp Forgiveness. That is also coming to it. We expect that the forgiveness process will be coming to a close as well, that I reported before. I know about 96% of 2022 loans have been forgiven. So that's near 100%. There's still quite a few outstanding for 2021. So you want to make sure that you get your forgiveness applications in to your lender or the SBA if your lender has opted into the SBA portal. And the SBA's portal, the direct forgiveness portal, has been amazing. Haven't heard any complaints about it. It has been a super quick process. But know now that, so many have been forgiven. Now they're starting with the Ppp audits. Okay. So this is something that you should anticipate. You may or may not get audited, but just anticipate at some point that you may. So just make sure that you have all your documentation in order. If they, ask you, if they come, for an audit, right? I know that they're starting with the larger companies that got, the higher dollars amount in the millions of dollars, but eventually they'll be going down to the smaller companies to do audits as well. So as they continue to provide information on that, I will let you know. If for some reason you didn't get forgiveness or you got only partial forgiveness, please make sure that you are monitoring for that. And as soon as you get that notification, if you feel that they are incorrect and you can justify how they're incorrect, I would highly encourage you to submit an appeal, and timely. You only have 30 days. And so we have tons of videos on the Ppp forgiveness process, and we have videos on the appeal process as well. So you can definitely check that out either on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Just a reminder for the states, there are so many that we can't list off. Know that we have a grant tracker that we update on a weekly basis. And there are so many grants, we can't even add them all to our grant tracker. So I would highly encourage you. It's free. It's a free tool. It's on our website. It's in the description and in the show notes, to just save it, bookmark it, and use that to start finding your grants. That's probably one of the hardest things that people tell me is, where do I find grants? Start there, but don't end there, right? And then we give you tips on where to search for grants in your local areas. Is really a matter of getting connected, because some of these things is not highly publicized at all. And you really have to be connected to know that these things are happening. So we tell you where to go look, right? What organizations, associations are giving, possibly giving out grants, or connected to companies or organizations that are giving out grants and or they have tax credits and the like. But you can simply start with your government offices. How many of you all have been in touch with, talk to anyone in your government office? Do you even know that they have a business agency or business department? Okay, that's where you want to start, So many of these states, I mean, California, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Michigan, Illinois, are just some of them. I just saw one in Ohio, in Franklin County. They have a lot of them in Columbus, Ohio. So we had big state grants. They haven't launched another one yet, but counties in Ohio have grant programs, right? So I tell you, they're at every level. They may be at every level. And even if you don't have a main COVID state run grant, there's grants in your state that you can find. Really start getting connected to community leaders, business leaders, associations, and organizations where you live. They will know what's happening. They should know. And if one person don't know, don't stop there and say, oh, I just talked to one person, they didn't know anything. Well, you got to talk to somebody else. How many times have you talked to a bill collector and nobody knew anything the first person you talked to? Did you stop there? No, you didn't. You kept going till you got your bill resolved. So you have to do the same thing when it comes to opportunities for your small business. I mean, there are programs like internships. Like we just had one through our Black Chamber, and they do this regularly, but they offered us interns for free, to put them on payroll, to have a support for us. So we're helping teach them, develop them as interns, and they're helping us move our business forward. And by the way, they're going to pay for it, right? So some of you all have missions. You're working with ex-felons and the like, or veterans, right? Or homeless or seniors. Do you know that there's money available that will pay for that, right? Either through reimbursements, tax credits, or grants, because they want us, the small business owners, to hire more disenfranchised individuals. And if you're willing to do that, you can get money to be able to do it. I mean, it's huge. So if you missed the last grant video that I did, definitely go check that out. If you missed the last interview that I did with Dr. Moore, she's a nonprofit expert for all you nonprofits out there, and for-profits can really benefit from that video as well. It's really showing you how to get properly started in your nonprofit, but in your business period, and how to set yourself up to be able to get access to funding opportunities that are out here. And there's a lot that are out here. So even if you just went to those videos and took action on those, you would get results. Okay. But know that it takes time. Don't expect things to just happen overnight. Even with grants, nothing is overnight. Grants take time. They're competitive. And shout out to Precious the Killer Pitchmaster Williams, who was one of the winners of the Women of the Fearless Fund Women of Color grant program. I mean, congratulations to her. You know, we're killing it out here. Many of us are starting now to go after these opportunities, where at the beginning, some of y'all were just disqualifying yourself. You weren't even putting your hat in the ring. Now you're taking massive action for opportunities. They're everywhere. So if there's an accelerator program and an incubator program, go get it. If it's going to help you move your business forward, do it. And that's what a lot of these programs are there for, is to help you accelerate your business success. And many of them are going to give you money, or they're going to give you equipment, or they're going to give you marketing, advertising, dollars or credits, or whatever it is. Take advantage of every opportunity possible so that you can move your business forward. There's no reason to stay stagnant, right? We know how to do bootstrapping. That's what we do, right? But you can leverage other opportunities out here to move your business forward. You can definitely do it. I don't care what industry you're in. Even if you have a brick and mortar business, find out how to make multiple streams of income with that business and take it online. There's so many ways that you can do that. So even if there's one part of your business that's maybe struggling or lacking, everybody has those seasons of ups and downs, everybody. But you need another passive stream. You need another stream of income that's coming into your business to make up for that deficit, always. And then as many streams as you can get, then you're never in the deficit. You're way ahead. So let's strategize. Let's figure that out. And if you need help with that, book a strategy call with me. I'm happy to help you figure it all out, because sometimes we just need someone to help us figure it out, even me. So I go to mentors and I go to coaches, because it's a lot that weighs on me. I have a lot of decisions that I have to make. I know you all can, you can, feel me on that. And so I don't know everything. And it's just me like digging in. And sometimes I need a new, fresh perspective. And then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. We all need that in our lives. So there are opportunities, free and paid. Again, just go after them. Continue to apply for all these grants. Continue to come share with us when you win. We share those on our Facebook page all the time. Our peers that are finalists that win grants, because we want to celebrate you. And then we also want to let other people know that if we can do it, if it's possible for us, it's possible for all of you all out there. I don't care what industry you're in, what type of business, if you're male, female, black, white, if you haven't started your business yet and it's just an idea, or you've been in business 20 years, it really doesn't matter. There's opportunities, and let's continue to work together, to push together, advocate for each other so that we can get access to more opportunities for small business, because we are the economy. The economy cannot grow, it cannot be strong without small business. And so we need small business not only to survive, we need us to thrive. So let's work together to make that happen. As always, continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful day.